Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson today. Today's lesson is the fourth lesson of strategic planning, which is we in the previous lesson we discuss about Porter generic strategies, we discuss about Virgo model, we discuss about competencies and capabilities, we discuss about pest and pestle analysis, we discuss SWOT analysis, we discuss about the Porter five forces, we discuss different other planning tool, we discuss BCG metrics. Today we are moving forward and will to the learning outcome, we'll assess the relative benefit of vertical integration and outsourcing. Corporate parent can add the value or destroy the value of portfolio of business units, SBUs, which we discussed. Strategic business unit, I quoted the example for you in the previous lessons as well, which is a Ford Focus, Ford Fiesta. All these are the business strategic business units here. Analysis portfolio of the business units and judge and either to invest or not, which we discussed as well in the previous lesson. So today we are moving forward strategic direction and corporate level strategies, which we discuss. Corporate parenting, how should the parent add the value in the company, portfolio metrics, which SBUs, like which strategic business unit will be give the more value, and how broad to make the portfolio. So then in the previous lesson as well, I just mentioned and we discussed about corporate strategy directions. So either you want to be a market penetration, you want to be your existing product, you want to, or as a company we want to make sure, or we want to sell within existing market, like our existing car Ford Focus, we want to be just sell in the UK, in existing, that's our existing product in the existing market within the UK, or we want to be the the new this we want to be the market development, mean the existing product we want to be sell in the new market. That's a market development. It means we are developing our market, we are reaching to more customers. So then new product, we can launch a new product like electric cars. So electric cars could be in, we can sell in the existing market new product, and new product in the existing market. So then other, we can look around the diversification. So new product are totally different product into the new market. So new product into the new market. So that could be happen as well. So as a company, we're looking something like, maybe we are making some product keeping in view of the purchasing power of the customer in for suppose in Indian market, in Asian market, in various other market, in Chinese market, and that product we're not selling here because it's a totally different atmosphere there. Due to the weather condition, that car may be suitable for the road according to the infrastructure there. So we are just making those things, so we need a plan for it. So we have to plan. So diversification involve the increasing the range of the product and the market served by your organization. Related diversification include diversifying the product, which is relation to the relationship to the existing product. Conglomerate, which is we can look around unrelated diversification, which is nothing, which we did in the past, involve diversification into the product or the services with no relationship to our existing business, like Tesco, Asda, they are going to invest money in the house building sector. So there is a no relationship. This is a totally diversification. Conglomerate diversification, which is totally different. We are in doing the business, which is because there is no link with the food business. Market penetration, like I mentioned, built to establish the steady capabilities, mean the organization scope is unchanged, increase the power of the buyer, provide the greater economies of scale. What is meant by economies of scale, guys? Okay, economies of scale mean, we are producing, we maximize our output by reducing our cost, and where the economies of scale, we can maximum output, the profit margin could be maximized. If we do more than that, the diseconomies of scale will start. We are producing 1,000 units a month, so 1,000 will be our capacity. If we or maybe we are producing adding more capacity, but there is no demand, these economies of scale will start. So we need to be careful where we bring the economies of scale, and it's good to be producer. Constraint, we said sometime in a business we have a limitation constraint, we have a resources constraint. It could be money, man, money, and material. Sometimes constraint could be in a material, constraint could be. So we need to look around the constraint on the market penetration. So from the competitors. Competitors can start the war, between us. So we need to be look around how they will be react. The legal constraint sometimes is illegal. We can't, maybe we don't have a copyright, we can't enter it. There is a lot of legislation involved, restriction imposed by the regulator. Like, in the gas electricity industry, OFGM, Office of the Gas Electricity Market, not issuing any more license to the company they can sell, like a Virgin Media or the various other company they have. So we need to look around what is the licensing condition. Those are the constraints. They're not issuing more company in the license. So we need to be look around. Then consolidation and retrenchment. Consolidation refer to the strategies by which organization focus defensively. So we are defending ourselves. Consolidation refer to the strategies of the organization focus on defensively. So we're not really attacking mode. We're not in the warfare strategies. We're just looking to just consolidate it. Retrenchment refer to the strategies withdraw from the marginal activities in order to concentrate on the most valued segment of the product within existing business. So we focus on refer to the strategies withdraw from the marginal activity in order to concentrate the more valuable segment. Like Unilever, they divest their investment. They used to be 450 brand. They reduce it to 150, 80 brand now. Because the reason is some brand they will carry on expansion, and you reach at that stage, where some brand not give you the profit. Think about BHS, British Home Store, why they reach at that point, where they have to close all the shops. Some store is still making the profit. So we need to be look around those are not giving us value. So we can retrenchment mean refer to the stages, withdraw from these activities. Some of those are not beneficial for the organization. Product development, where organization modify the new product to the existing market. Like I mentioned, what we can do related diversification could be expensive and high risk. So risk, what is the risk? Uncertainty, unpredictable, or the probability of occurrence. So if it's a high probability, high risk. Yes, need to be look around the strategic capability. Capability mean ability to do something, which we learn in the second lesson as well, where I discuss with you, what is the difference between competencies and capabilities. So project management risk. So we need to be identify risk. Normally we will say in the business high risk, high reward, but we need to be look around how we can transfer the risk, getting the insurance. We can involve someone in a business to reduce the risk. We can spread the risk. We can minimize the risk. When we diversify, we are minimizing the risk, because don't put your all eggs in one basket. So we heard the quote, so we need to be think about in the business world as well. So market development involves the offering existing product into the new market. So product development, so we need to look around the packaging, services, new user, new geographical location, new market. Critical success factors, CSF, is quite popular. What are the critical success factors of them are product into different market? We're looking the market development, because sometime in some market the people don't have a purchasing power. So when the people, okay, when the people don't have a purchasing power, so we need to be look around, and we need to be very careful. Conglomerate diversification, like I just mentioned, beyond both existing market and existing product, a radically increase in our organization scope. We're looking potential benefit to be acquired business and gain from the reputation. Lower financial costs, potential cost arise because due to the, of course, when we are looking, okay, driver of diversification, exploiting economies of scope. So efficiencies can gain through the applying the organization existing resources. We have resources, what is empty? We are working on 60%. Our hotels are the rooms is 60% booked, rest are the empty. So how will bring it? How will like like of book shop or the hotel or the restaurant or the bar, daytime they reduce the prices, evening or the weekend they have a different prices because they want to be work on the full capacity, they want to be work on the maximize, because otherwise they are spare capacity is waste of. So we need to be look around, competencies, how we could imply it. You pass your driving test, you have a capability to drive, but you're not competent until you have experience of do the thing. So corporate management competency, dominant logic, applying these competency across the portfolio of the business. So we need to be portfolios mean everything, which what we are doing portfolio, like in teaching and learning environment, end of the course, where you have to submit the portfolio, where you're looking what you did, what sort of activities, your some, the evidence, where you get your practical experience. So all these increasing market power and mutual. So these are we need to be looking at synergy. In normally words, we always say in maths, 2 plus 2 is make 4. Synergy, when we come together, according to the one great scholar, Henry Ford, he said about coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success. So if we want to be in a business, to be a successful business, we need a synergy. We work collectively as a team to be achieved. So we need to be, when we'll plan the strategic plan, when we are making the plan, we need to be focused on synergy, how we could maximize it. Value destroying diversification driver. So some of often quoted driver of diversification may be actually involve the value is a negative synergies, responding to the market decline. Market is declining, so we need to be look around, spreading the risk and managerial ambition. So we need to be focused on diversification and the performance, undiversify related, limited, diversify unrelated, extensively. Sometimes diversification could be vertical integration. The integration meaning activity where the organization is own supplier of the goods or the customer. We need mean the entering in the activity where the organization is its own supplier or the customer, we are offering them something new. So backward integration refer to the development into the activity concerned with the input into the company's current business. Forward integration refer to development in the activities concerned with the output of the company's current business. So we need to be look around, like this is an example of car retail, car manufacturing, bus manufacturing, truck manufacturing. So this is forward integration. In integration could be car retail we are doing. Horizontal, we are just want to be in the same line because we in travel and selling vehicle industry. So bus manufacturing, car manufacturing, and truck manufacturing. So component manufacturing is a backward. We just backward we have an integration as well, component manufacturing. So that example will give you. Outsourcing mean lot of companies nowadays they want to be bring the efficiency economy, so that's what outsource, like BT move call center in India, various other examples of subcontracting. So the outsource. So we need to be focused on, when we make a plan, we need to be focused on to outsource. Why? Relatively strategic capabilities we want to, does the subcontractor have potential to do the work significant better? So when we are giving the outsource, like a Nike will say, you can produce Nike sign at the logo of the company is worth in billions. So we need to be focused on, if we are giving them some sort of subcontract, it's not impact on your brand or the goodwill of the company. So we need to be focused on risk opportunism, risk. So if the subcontractor is likely to take the advantage of the relationship over time, maybe you giving them, they will get your knowledge, expertise, and they will start, some work here, or they make, quite similar products. So we need to be look around, So value added activities. So what sort of, if we are facilitating synergy, that will increase the value in the organization. Coaching and mentoring program within the organization, this will create a value. Providing control services, intervening, so that will we need to be look around. Adding management costs, adding bureaucratic complexity within our organization. So we need to be focused on these things, in our organization when we'll make the plan. Portfolio managers operate as a, anybody, any question, guys? No question. Let's will move. A portfolio managers operate as an active investor in the way the shareholder in the stock or the market, either to are too inexpert. So we need to be look around synergy manager where they just want to be work across the units. Parental development seek to be imply its own central capabilities. So we already learned about BCG Master, Boston Consultant Group. Give us metric is called growth and share metric. In your assignment, guys, you have to be look around and this model which we need to be really include in our assignment for the learning perspective. So with here you could add the example like in the previous lesson I mentioned you. So please listen the recording of the previous lessons as well. That will help you as well to be when you prepare your assignment. If you have any questions, so please drop me emails as well. So let's, directional policy, GE Matrix, which is McKinsey General Electrical Company, and McKinsey metric is quite popular. Parenting metrics, which is given. So BCG metric star, cash cows, question mark are the problem child, which we learn. Market shares, market growth, some product we star, cash cows, question mark, and the problem child. When we are planning something, so we need to be focused on these. Okay. So I'm not going through BCG metric, which we already discussed. I included again to just a bit recap. So please, guys, just go through. So next, everyone, we'll go through the GE metrics. We need to look around under the GE metric. So there are 9 instead of the 4 which we learned BCG metrics. Now we need to be look around the investment and growth, selective growth, or the selectivity. So when we are going toward the right hand side is going to be low. When we are moving to the left hand side, it's going to be industry attractiveness is quite high. So we need to look around this industry where we are based is what is attractiveness, is it high or low or medium. So business strength, is it high, medium or low. When we are going down arrows is we are we are going towards a low. Business strength, so we need to be selective growth, selectivity. Harvest, diverse. Harvest mean we are injecting more money in a business, and diverse mean we're withdrawing some money, and with that money we are putting in somewhere else, in other type of the businesses. So we need to be focused on this. Is please this go through. And the parenting metrics is a heartland, is a business unit that the parent understand. Like we have a company parent subsidiary. So parent understand these well and can add the value, the core of the future strategy. So ballast business unit, the parent understand these well, but can do little for them. They could be just as successful as independent company. So if not diverse, need to be avoid corporate bureaucracy. So not influence from the parent company. So what is the rule? When we call the parent company, parent mean is holding, the company is holding more 50% shares of other company, we call the parent. When we call the subsidiary company, if you have a shares in other company from 29 to 40% your shares in the more than 50% your shares in the company, we call the subsidiary company, because we have a significant more than 50% the shares in other company, we call is our subsidiary. So when we have a shares in other companies from 20 to 49%, we call associate company. Maybe you heard this word in the past as well, but it's good to know. But if you have only less than 20% shares in the company, that's we call is a simple investment you have as a shareholder, you another company. But if we don't have a significant, we're not an associate, we're not a subsidiary, and that's parental don't have a significant control on it. Value trap, the business unit are dangerous, and these are attractive opportunities to add the value, but the parental lack of field will result more harm than goods. So we need to be look around alien. So business units are misfit. It's not anymore. They offer a little or no opportunity to add the value to the parent. So parent does not understand them. So exit is the best strategy. So it's better to be sell them. So this we learn about many corporation comprise of the several, sometimes many business unit. Corporate stage is involved the decision and the activities about the level of the business unit. So please go through guys these slides as well, and the BCG metrics, these other metrics. We already learned about what is meant by strategy is the direction and the scope of an organization over the long term, which achieve advantage in a changing environment through the configuration of the resources and competency with the aim to fulfill the stakeholder. We learn about the stakeholder in the previous lesson. Stakeholder mean anybody who have any interest, in a business. It's called stake, or will be impacted by the action of the company. It's called stake. Anybody, any question, guys? No? Okay, let's move in a long-term direction. So strategic direction, scope of the organization activities, competitive advantage. So we are focused on the competitive advantage. How we could perform better than our competitor. It could be cost, it could be innovation, it could be location, it could be anything, could be it's a different organization have a different, every country have a competitive advantage. How we could get it and implement it and achieve it. So that's really matters. So strategic fit with the business environment. So we need to be look around the strategic direction which organization like CEO of anybody have a Nokia? How many of you have a Nokia mobiles? No? But few years back we used to be Nokia, but not anymore Nokia. The reason is, so the strategic decision the CEO of the company made, he not invested money, he withdraw it, he tried to be save the cost wise, not spending, cutting the research and development money, and they not invested there, and they end up, becoming a small and squeezing company. When we look, the Apple and various other, the more innovation, more research, and ultimately they gain more market shares as well. So we need to be look around, is it strategically fit with the business environment? We are very successful for not ever things of either we are 80 and 20. If we stop learning, we become old. So we need to be look around the resources and competencies we need to be improved, value and expectation and the power player. Okay, implication of the strategic decision could be complexity. Sometimes decision could be very complex. Uncertainty could be, certainty could be operational decisions, integration, relationship with the network, and change. Because sometimes they don't accept the people change in our organization. So corporate level strategy level or operational level. What is the difference? Oh, yes, you're right. Corporate level is mean top level strategies within our organization. Business level, we may be different sort of the business. We are making the business level strategy. Operation, it could be departmental level type of strategies, which is called operational level. Okay, SBUs, which I already explained you, strategic business unit, you're well aware of mission, vision, goals, objective. So I'm not going through again. So please, strategic management includes understand the position of the organization, making the strategic choices. So please, exploring the corporate strategies model, which we discussed in the previous lesson. So please just focus on the strategic position. We need to look around the company's environment. We need to purpose of the company, culture. Most of you, I already explained you what is meant by culture. Culture means norms, value, the way we do the business, slogans. Strategic positioning is the concern with the impact on the strategies. Position, how we could position. We need to look around the environment. We need to look around the purpose. We need to look around the culture. We need to look around the capabilities, the ability to our strategic choices involve the understanding the basis of the future strategies of the business unit. So we need to look around the business level choices, what we have, what we can, what we will, international level. So we're not looking act locally, think globally. We need to act locally, think globally. We according to the environment. What is the local environment? So our strategic choices by looking the local environment, local taste of the people. If we're not delivering the things which the people don't like it, we don't need to be. So we need to be look around, like a McDonald's, if they're not making a plan to be delivered the veggie burger in the Indian market, we're more vegetarian, so we're not going to really achieve. So we need to be focused on it. We need to look around the different segment of the population, and then we need to make the strategies accordingly. Evaluation. So we need to evaluate what innovation. Innovation is a new idea, corporate level. So we need to look around strategies in action. So these we need to look around the processes. What are the processes involved? How we can make them processes shorter, and how we can reduce the time. When we reduce the time, if you're taking order on the phone, the person taking order on the phone, then passing the order to the back chef in a hotel environment, then they cooking and make. If you're receiving order, just clicking, and the order goes to the back of your kitchen, and the chef quickly have a code number, quickly can cook and make it, and then quickly deliver. We can reduce it to the processes, resourcing, where we can get the resources. Like I discussed, in the previous lessons as well, 3M, man, money, and material. Those are the very important resources for the success of any organization. Strategies and action practice. We need to be how will, which technique, which management or leadership style be implement changing. If we want to be change something, we need to look around the structure in our organization. Okay. Guys, I'm sending you. I gave you as well the case study. So please read the case study of Vodafone, how they make the strategic plan, how they achieve the objective of the organization. So I'm looking. This is innovation strategy. I'm going to just play quick. This video for you. It's good to please watch it and just write down for uh, key points. Which we'll discuss in the following lessons. Look, this innovation. You will see, guys, such an innovation there. That's the future. When we are planning next 5, 10 years, you will see the technology. Wow, guys, yes, you're watching all, yes. So I'm stopping here. Let's, the cars. So this is innovation which we need to think about, what's happening. In not only this is car manufacturing industry as well and other industries as well. So this is one off. So let's will move to back to our lessons. So okay, so next now please do the case study, watch this video. So strategic lenses which we as a design, as experience, as an idea and disclose. Rationality, what is the rational? Is it rational, the video we watch it? Is it rational? Is the innovation there? Is the legitimacy there? Is it legally? Is it okay to do so? So all we need to look around. So then it's a ported diamond model. In the previous lesson we discussed, so please go through uh, like the Brexit effect on the organization strategies, how this will international strategies. When we want to be internationally, we need to look around the international drivers, like what sort of the environment there, how the local public, geographical advantage we need to be look around, mode of entry, how will enter into the other markets. That's quite crucial. You want to be direct investment, we want to be invest and we want to set up the business there. We want to be just export import business. So market selection, we need to be look around on the what basis we'll select the market. We have all international and globalization. International mean you are one or more than one country, could be two countries, your business is called international. Global, you are in many countries, where it could be a very difficult, one stage is fit for all. So different environment, different culture, so we need to be look around when we are making the strategic plan. International drivers could be market driver, could be different market customer needs, could be global customer, could be transferable marketing, could be the right to left, right drive, left hand drive, and all these. So we need to look around the government driver. Trade policies could be different, so strategies need to be planning, strategic plan need to be adopted and need to make it accordingly. Creative driver interdependency between countries. How much is country? Maybe one country is bar, the product of other countries. Some, like we are going outside Brexit, or what impact will be. So we need to be focused on cost driver, scale of economies. What scale of economies will be. Like Middle East, I heard about they are going to introduce the tax. So we need to be look around what impact will be on the cost drivers. What is going to be happen. Scotter diamond model is explain some location tend to be produced from which is a sustainable advantage. Maybe in some countries, first 3 years there is a no. You set up your business, you just provide the jobs to the local people, and then carry on to your business. You're not paying the tax. But in some country, you're not paying the tax, but you can't transfer all the profit back to your home country from host country and home country. What is the difference between them? Home country where you're from, host country where your operation. So please guys go through these slides. I'm just skipping few. So international stages, during our next lesson we'll go through the cultural differences, administrative, political and geographical distances which we have, the cage model. Like this is a cross cultural comparison between United States. So please go through this slide, assess the countries, import. We can mode of entry could be export, joint venture, strategic alliance, which is left, which we'll go through further in the next lesson, and then we'll finish this unit. Please try to be attend all, and then make sure, go through these slides as well. Then during our next lesson, I'll go through the remaining element. So please try to do a quiz there. Just copy this link and just, do question. At the end of the question you will get your result, and just review it again where you went wrong. Anybody any question? No. So I'll see you next lesson next Friday 4 o'clock. So please make sure you attend your lesson. If you can't due to any reason, please at least watch video and work on your assignment. I'll carry on calling you, and I'll carry on dropping you emails as well. So have a nice weekend. Best wishes. Thanks. Bye.